Today, I want to share with you guys some of the stocks that I invested in during this pandemic. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to say that I'm not a financial advisor. This video is simply for entertainment purposes only. So if you are going to invest, make sure you do your due diligence of doing your own research. So as many of you may know, the stock market is down right now because of the pandemic. A lot of the stocks are undervalued, and I saw this as a great opportunity to invest and hopefully make some money in the future. Alright, so right here I have my iPad with me. I'm using my phone to film this video, so that's why I have my iPad with me, and we're just gonna go over some of the stocks that I invested in during this time. Just a heads up, most of the stocks that I invested in are gonna be Canadian stocks. I do have a few American ones, and we're gonna go over that. Alright, so I'm gonna start with Suncor Energy, ticker symbol SU. And the reason why I actually invested into Suncor Energy was because it was around March. I was walking my dog and we passed by a gas station and I saw the gas prices being way down. I think it was around 60 or 70 cents. And I knew that this is a great opportunity to buy into these gas companies just because there's not a lot of people traveling right now. There's not a lot of demand on gas, and with everything going back to normal, I believe that the gas prices is also gonna go up with it just because there's gonna be more demand. So right now I do think that Suncor is undervalued. Moving on, I did also invest into a couple of real estate stocks. One of them I'll just mention to you guys is RioCan, and if you guys don't know, RioCan actually owns a lot of commercial buildings, and so a lot of these businesses are just renting from RioCan. Hopefully when everything goes back up, businesses are going to start running again. Everyone's going to be able to pay their rent just because the economy is going to start flowing in again. So this is definitely one of those stocks that I believe that has the potential to go back up in the near future. Just to keep in mind, everything that I'm investing in right now is more of a long-term investment. It's nothing short term, so I'm not expecting to make my money in the short term. I'm just looking at this within like 2 to 3 or even 5 year term investing. So another industry that was hit really badly was the airline industry, and so I thought it would be a great time to invest into them. So with that being said, I did invest into Air Canada. So Air Canada, before the pandemic, they were around in the $40 range, $40 range, and then once everything shut down, people were not able to travel outside of Canada. It took a big hit. A lot of people are not traveling anymore, and so I thought this would be a great opportunity to buy in as well. So this stock is definitely undervalued. I believe that flying is a necessity, so a lot of people are gonna be flying once the pandemic is done. People are gonna be traveling, seeing families, traveling back home. People are gonna go on vacation. So definitely Air Canada was a must stock to purchase for myself. Another energy stock that I also invested in was Enbridge. Enbridge is a pretty stable company in my opinion, and they're pretty great with their dividend. So I'm not expecting Enbridge to like increase the stock market value for that, but I do like the dividends that they pay out. So it says right here, their quarterly dividend yield is about 8.53% or 81 cents per share. And this is definitely a strong buy for me just because it allows my money to not depreciate due to inflation, just with the dividend yield alone. Hopefully when things go back to normal, things are just gonna start picking back up. But yeah, Enbridge is definitely one of those stocks that I'm keeping for a very long time. So moving on to the American stock that I have invested in, one of them and probably my favorite would be Fiverr. And so if you guys don't know what Fiverr is basically a freelance website where if you need a graphic design, logo design, video editing, literally anything you may need, you can find it on Fiverr. And the reason why this was such a strong buy for me was because with the current situation that the world is in right now, everyone is working remotely from home. people are starting their own online business, and a lot of them may need assistance on maybe creating a graphic design, maybe creating a video or editing and whatnot. And so Fiverr is the place to go. So if you're a small business and you need some help, definitely Fiverr is a place where you can go and hire someone to do a work that you necessarily don't know how to do, and you do a pretty good job with that as well. And if you look at the Fiverr stock, the growth is exponential. So if you go from the 6-month period, so around April, they were around $36. Right now, they are about $158.89. That's pretty insane. It makes sense just because everyone is basically working remotely from home and people are able to outsource jobs to Fiverr. Fiverr is definitely one of those stocks that I'm also going to be holding for a while. They are quite getting expensive now, but it's better to get in now than later, because right now it may be at $158 and you may think it's a little steep, but then you're going to start kicking yourself when 6 months from now it's at like $300 and you're going to look back and be like, man, 158 was really not that much. And another freelance business that is actually public would be Upwork. So it's very similar to Fiverr, but they're just more professional in that realm, and they're actually more affordable right now. They are worth around $19 at the moment. Their market cap is about $2.3 billion, and this company also has a lot of room for growth. So this is definitely something that I would recommend you guys to purchase. But like I said, guys, do your due diligence of doing your own research. But this was definitely a big, strong buy for me as well. Right now is a great time to invest because majority of the stocks are on sale or they're just basically undervalued. And do keep in mind though that make sure you're only investing money you can afford to lose, because at the end of the day, the stock market is a gamble, but it is a calculated risk when you do your own research. So it's better than gambling. But right now, at a time like this, make sure you're only investing money that you can afford to lose. Do keep in mind that it is important for you guys to keep some liquid cash on hand, just because at the time right now, everything is so uncertain. So you gotta make sure that you have some cash just in case of an emergency. Alright guys, so those are just the few stocks that I invested in during this pandemic. And if you like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you guys believe that there's a stock that I'm missing out that I need to invest in, leave that a comment down below and I'll definitely look into it.